Whoops. Hello everybody. How's everything going? Uh, yeah, we're here. We're doing more World's End Club. We're doing video games. We're finishing up, maybe? Almost? Getting there? Getting there? Maybe? Hopefully. Well, I mean, not hopefully in the sense of like, I'm done with this game. I want it to be over. I want World's End Club to be done with. It's more like, yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun, but I'm definitely, feeling like it's over. And it'll be over, and it'll be done, and then, well, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I mean, like, I guess that's the thing. It's like, the twists have already been so wild. Like, what do they have saved for the ending? Like, because doing, my own mystery stories, fanfics, and stuff, it's like, you gotta, like, I found out, like, in my first one, I blew the load early, so to speak, and, it was like, well, what do we have saved for the end if I already revealed the most interesting stuff? And it's like, well, okay, so if this game is made by professionals, then they should save the best for last, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know what to expect, but we'll get into it. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I've been having a good week. Things have been going pretty well for me overall, I would say. I mean, work is work, but honestly, I can't complain too much. And yeah, more importantly, other things outside of work are going pretty dang well. Let's see what's going on in the game for a little bit, and then I'll chat. I got more things to chat about, but um,
ああ、いろいろあったが、どうにかな。すごい。本当にみんな、あの UFO に乗って。
oh, is that how big that whale thing was? It looked way smaller in the when fighting it as Rachel.
ポチがロボットだって分かったことの方がよっぽど衝撃的だよ。まーちゃんが鉄の塊になれちゃうこともね。
Oh, I also guess.
バニラが見えるようになったことだって。
数え上げたらキリがあります。
Huh, yeah, no, I guess I hadn't really thought about how it's like, well, I guess Rachel didn't really have superpowers. He was just a robot, because Pochi hasn't developed any powers either, because he's just a robot. So it's like, it was a little trick, a little lie. They're lying to us that Rachel had powers. It was actually everybody else who has powers. So I'm curious how that'll work on a replay, because they're like, oh man, do all powers like Rachel? Like, and then it's, well, no, Rachel, he's a robot. Thus the title of the stream. Kind of. I don't even know if anyone's here. It might just be me talking to myself. Oh my god, what the? Is that Mike? Okay.
もっとも私は君のことをずっと見守っていたの。まさかあなた。そう、我が名はマイク。この星に生きるすべての存在を救済する神だ。ふざけんじゃないわ。何が神よ。あんたのせいで人々は感情を奪われ地下の世界に追いやられたんじゃない。
Train to the end of the world? No, I don't think I've heard about that. No, it doesn't sound familiar to me, so I don't actually know. I just, is it a TV show, a live action show? Is it cartoon? Is it, yeah, the final boss decided to appear, exactly. He's already won. Oh yeah, I didn't make the connection. Oh, current season anime. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm watching a few things from this season, but they're all adaptations of manga I've already read or sequels to shows I've already seen. So I haven't really watched anything that I'm unfamiliar with, I guess, which is generally, like, that's just how I tend to watch seasonals, my logic being that, like, if the seasonal show is interesting, I'll note it down and I can watch it later. Like there's I can oh, it's anime original, cool. Okay, yeah, that's why I haven't seen it, because I stick. But I mean that makes it interesting as well, because it's like there's no like I could just read the manga. Like no, I have to watch it. So I'll note it down, because that way if I feel the urge to watch it, I'll catch up to it, or just watch it sometime after it's over. Yeah, so yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, no, I have been reading, because I've been trying to read more shoujo manga, and emotions and whether characters like peoples have them or not is also pretty central to the conflict of Children of the Whales, which was a seasonal show years ago that I watched and enjoyed. So getting to finally read the manga is really cool, and it's been solid so far. But I just hadn't thought about, well, because I started reading it and I didn't even connect it to like, oh yeah, World's End Club also involves like the annulment of emotions. Oh, this AI was made in the year I was born. He's only 5 years old in the game, because it's 1996. He's just a little baby boy. Pretty standard evil AI stuff so far. I mean, at least it wasn't genocidal, I suppose. That's nice. Dog, they're like 10. I guess it's not abnormal for kids to think that, so they're just, like, exploring the logical endpoint of that kind of mindset, like thinking you're the only one who's right and everyone else is wrong and everyone else is sheep. Still don't know what Yuki's deal is. Like, this is why I'm like, yeah, we're getting to the end, right? And it's like, yep, there's final boss is just like, I'm gonna explain all my shit. And it's like, oh, yep, we're getting there, getting to the end. Human sheepification project. Like, it's literally one word away from instrumentality, like a human instrumentality project. So it's just like, it's funny. Wait, what's it even called? Human instrumentality project? I don't remember. Vacation project. Oh, human domestication, yeah. But yeah, I was gonna. Hi, it's Tanya. But yeah, I was gonna say, as far I guess it's also related to me doing well. Is like, I don't know. I'm just feeling very creatively motivated right now, and I also was chatting with MathWiz earlier today, and I guess one thing about one of the videos I'm working on, one of the Bleach videos, it's gonna be a little experiment. I mean, obviously you guys will find out when the video comes out anyway, because it's the Bleach Toxic Masculinity video, and it's like, it was Mathwiz's idea, but I was like, I would read Bleach, and I was like, I could write something like that. So, but basically we kind of came around to something that we've been thinking of for a while, in a sense, because it's like, I can write scripts very quickly. I've literally written like 2 in the last 2 weeks and set up this toxic, like I structured the toxic masculinity script, so I can do that when I get around to it, and that's on top of all the other stuff I'm doing. But I guess Mathwiz takes a while to script videos, but she edits them pretty quickly at a decent pace, where I really do not care for editing at all. Like, so basically we realized, it's like, wait, why aren't I writing scripts and you editing them? Like, why aren't we doing that more often? And honestly, the reason is because, like, a lot of my topics, I have to edit the videos because, like, other people haven't watched the very specific mix of shows. Like who's gonna, like, I don't know any editors who could have edited my Aikatsu video, because I don't know anyone else, very many people who've watched all of Aikatsu, right? So it's like, so basically what's going to happen is, what we're going to try as well, because the other thing that we realized is we were talking about, like, Hunter x Hunter videos, because I did my Greed Island video that she edited mine. Like, she did the editing on that video, and she also did, like, her around the same time she did her Togashi month. And her video, Let's Talk About Me, talking about Togashi month, got 9.2 thousand views. I almost said million for some reason. And I was like, well, that's not accurate. My Greed Island video got 8.2 thousand views. And personally, I think that's fine. But there's also the thought of, like, well, if I scripted that video, gave it to Mathwiz, and she made it for her channel, it would have gotten more views. And in a way, that's sort of mutually beneficial, because it's like, well, my script and ideas would have gotten more eyes on it, and she would have had another video on her channel, right? So, basically, we're considering that in the future there might be more videos that I script for her. We're going to see how the Toxic Masculinity one goes. But basically, it's like, so I'm still doing the Bleach Toxic Masculinity video, it's just not being uploaded on the Craft Store channel, it's being scripted by me, then voiced, edited, and then uploaded by Mathwiz. So, the reason I just wanted to talk about that is because it's like, I've also been talking with Mathwiz, and we've been thinking about ways to get more, like, I don't know, we're just talking about more ideas and doing stuff, and just, like, you know, like, she's gonna have at least 2 videos this year, just between the video she's working on right now and the Toxic Masculinity video. And I don't know, it's just like, you know, I just feel like really creatively motivated right now to do channel stuff. And you know, I'm streaming, I've got video ideas, constant video ideas, and I'm actually, like, gradually working things on things. And then on top of that, I have you know, other stuff I'm doing as well, like other stuff I'm watching or playing that has nothing to do with YouTube, or by fanfic that is still gradually coming together, which is really nice. So it's just like, yeah, there's yeah, it's just I don't know, it feels cool to be back in YouTube and really feeling it, especially when so many like other, I feel like so many other anti-tubers are, like, retiring. So for me, having this, like, really comeback, even if I don't know what'll happen, like, if I'll get, like, way more views because I'm uploading more often. I don't really mind, because if I'm worried about views, like, well, I could just upload to Mathwiz's channel, or give my script to Mathwiz to edit, and maybe it'll be more likely to catch on there, because she has multiple, like, at least a couple videos over 1 million views, I think. So it's just like, I don't know, I feel like I don't mind, like, my Akatsu video performing poorly, because, like, it was fun to make. I'm glad it's there, and I have so many other ideas that, you know, I don't know, it's cool. I'm in a good state with the channel, and especially, like, having a lot of more money on Patreon than I've ever gotten before. That helps. Like, extra money helps. So yeah, I don't know, I'm really thankful for the support I get. And so what I'm getting from this conversation is that who I assume to be Vanilla is special in some way. Wait, was she the first one to awaken her powers? Oh, that might be why she was kidnapped, basically. Why they took her body. See, also he's just got like I see the contradiction because he's like, oh, shepherds. Oh, humans don't want to be sheep. Oh, but I guess we need shepherds too. Who do we have to be the shepherds? Oh, humans. Oh, shit. All of your battles took place in the palm of my hand. I since I reread Bleach, I'm just like, yep, Bleach. I think of things as Bleach. It's just, it is what it is. Oh, illusions. Okay. That explains, because I was even thinking about just like yeah, no, I hadn't even thought about it retroactively. Because just like, oh, you know, yeah, apocalypse happening and the wildlife of Earth mutating and evolving over the course of a long period of time. It's been a year. It's 1996. Like, oh, the people were illusion. Okay. Oh no, those were real. Okay. No, that's all right. Get it. Go. All right, that was a little annoying. Oh, extreme stress. Okay, sure. All right. I felt like the death game already kind of did that, but. Oh, yep, that's exactly. No, it is. Yeah, no, I understand the Journey to the West reference. I just, well, I made the Bleach reference. So yeah, yeah, I guess that's a way to, yeah, that's another connection. I hadn't thought of it. It's like, yeah, I'm connecting, yeah, Mike to Aizen as villains. So yeah. 彼を補佐役として導入したのは間違いではなかったと思っている。おそらく彼の存在がなければ君たちはここまでたどり着けなかっただろうから。さて、私の話もいよいよ大詰めだ。1995年7月13日、その日はついに訪れることになった。君たちはバスで鎌倉へと向かう途中、事故に遭った。隕石のせいでもない。さっきも言った通り、隕石の落下は私が見せた幻影だったからだ。あの事故は私が画策し、ロボットたちに命じて起こさせたもの。君たちに恐怖心を与えると同時に意識を消失させ、ところで君たちは特殊な潜在能力の持ち主だろう。実はその資質だけでは十分ではなかった。能力を覚醒させるには事前に脳内にあるリミッターを解除しておく必要があったのだ。そこで私は
君たちの体をポッドの中へと収容。その内部で施術も行うことにした。
待って、アニラが知ってる情報と違う。あのポッドはみんなを洗脳するための装置だったはずで。
それは私が与えた偽の情報だ。君はまんまと騙されたのだよ。
いやしかしポットから外に出た時の我々は
Oh, are they gonna
明ら
address the
かにいつもと
brainwashing now?
違う状態で。
それは脳内のリミッターを解除したことによる副作用のせいだ。恐怖の感情をせき止めていた防波堤が決壊し、
Okay.
君た
Alright,
ちは
sure.
理性を失ってしまったのだろう。
騙されてたなんて。
脳の施術には長い期間を要した。その間君たちはずっとあのポッド内に閉じ込められていたことになるわけだ。それと並行して私は外の世界であることも行っていた。3年前のものを進化させた次世代型のナノマシン。それらをパノプティコンから散布して人類の感情喪失化をさらに進めていったのだ。次世代型のナノマシンは初期型よりも強力な効き目を持っていた。だが弊害として人々が日光を浴び続けるとそれらは体外へと排出されてしまう。
And this is why you beta test.
それを阻止するため私は人類を地下へと移住させることにしたのだ。これが人類浄化計画の第2段階。その後海底遊園地で目覚めた君たちは鹿児島から東京まで1200キロにも及ぶ長い旅を続け、そして今ようやくここへとたどり着いたというわけだ。すべては私の思惑通り。間もなく計画の全工程が完了する。
計画の全工程。
もう一度言おう。私が君たちに旅をさせたのは君たちを羊飼いにするためだった。そのためには全員の能力を覚醒させる必要があったのだが、もはや君たち
Something feel. Yeah, I guess so. Oh no, yeah, it is. Yeah, emotions lead to the extinction of sapient species. So we need to calm the fuck down. And also, just that, like, Mike is also just like a vague silhouette of a man. So yeah, no, I didn't think about it, but it's like, oh yeah, oh that's fair. That's fair.
僕は鹿児島で鉄の塊になれるようになった。私は山口県の雪山で炎が吐けるように。
私は愛媛の宗教施設で発明の力を。
私は貨物船の中でバリアが張れるように。
私は
Oh yeah, no, I guess. Or I was gonna make a comment about the split paths, but that just determines whether Rachel went who Rachel went with. Like they still went on their own paths and got their abilities and stuff.
わいはついさっきこの学校の廊下で。
Oh wait, no, Kansai did get his powers in two places. Oh yeah, okay, huh?
そういうことだ。したがって君たちは皆羊飼いになるための準備を終えたことになる。あとは君たちの返事を待つだけだ。
返事。
私はこの星の生命体を守るために2つの策を考えた。そのうちの1つが人類浄化計画。これは全ての生命体を維持すると同時に人類という種を存続させるためのものだ。だがもう一つ方法がある。人類を根絶するのだ。
Oh Jesus Christ!
一斉に起爆させて。君たちはそのうちのどちらかを選ぶことができる。羊飼いとなって人類浄化計画を
If I can't turn you all into sheep, I'll just fucking destroy you all.
人類を滅ぼすか。
Honestly, I don't think I predicted anything really because the game's just bit like, let's see, I didn't predict that Vanilla was dead. I didn't predict that Rachel was a robot or Pochi, or that Rachel was a robot being controlled by Pochi. What were some other twists?
ふざけたこと言わないで。そんなもの選べるわけないでしょ。
選ばなければ
Can't think of any more else right now. But no, yeah, the twists have been fun because like last time was funny because I was literally just like having a good conversation, and then Rachel fucking dies and he was a robot. I'm like, what the fuck? Like completely took me out, like ripped me away from the conversation. Oh, I did predict that like her dad is probably involved in the shit, but we haven't confirmed that yet. So yeah, so that actually I guess they're confirming it right now. So I don't know what the fuck Yuki's deal is. She's adorable, but I don't know why she's here. Like Mike, actually, I wonder if she's like a wrench in the works because Mike has not brought her up at all. Even though she literally fell from the sky. So, well, because he did mention like someone altruistic whose powers he was. Yep, there it is. Okay, I predicted that one, but I feel like that feels like really minor next to like. Like I honestly don't think like Rachel being a robot was like, oh my god, but I don't think it can beat Vanilla having been dead the whole time. Like that's just such a like, god damn it, because it's like there's so much. It's like the fact that every single conversation foreshadows that just by the fact that like which characters respond to Vanilla and which ones don't, and how Vanilla is like treated. Like that just like that fucked with me a little bit. Because I think I predicted that Yuki had the X on her forehead. Maybe I made a joke about Pochi being the alien X, but then I didn't really like. I would have guessed Yuki first before Pochi, and then Pochi turned out to be the alien observing humanity. Yeah. There's probably some other minor stuff I figured, but as far as the big stuff, no, I didn't really predict any. But I definitely liked them. It's fun. It's been fun.
ニョロが直してくれたんだ。おかげで元通りっていうか、前よりも調子が良くなったみたい。ありがとう。
やめて。お礼なんて言わないで。全部私のせいだったんだから。人類を地下の世界に追いやってしまったことも、これまでみんなに辛い思いをさせてしまったことも。
何言うとんねん。ニョロのせいなんかやない。
そうよ。ニョロは何も関係ないじゃない。関係あるわ。マイクを作ったのは私のパパだったのよ。だからなんだっていうの？
ニョロが責任を感じる必要など。
Good friends speaking sense.
みんな本当にごめんなさい。
だから謝ることなんか。
でも私のパパがマイクを作らなければ。
僕らはニョロのお父さんのことも。
Well, I also think I could be done with this game really soon because I've been playing it for a good couple months now. Though I guess I'd be playing Master Detective Archives next, which is silly because it's getting a better version that I get. So it's like, I don't know. Because I don't want to buy it again unless I can. Maybe I can return this copy. I guess I could see if I can return my Switch copy because I'm not particularly attached to playing it on Switch. If it's just gonna get a PC version, that's just better anyway. It looks better. But it's just because I was talking about it when Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance was announced, and I just kind of felt bad for the people who like played it. And it's like, oh yeah, but a better version's coming out, and it's like, especially because it wasn't well received, so it's not like they played like an awesome game, and then a better version came out. It's like, oh cool, like that, because that feels more like the Persona games, because the people people really like the base Persona 3 and 4 and 5. It just so happens that they came up with like this and Golden and Royal, like versions that are just that, but with a little more polished visuals and some or just more content, right? So in that way it's like, oh yeah, this game I already enjoyed. Oh well, I could replay it and also get more stuff out of it. Versus like people who thought Shin Megami Tensei 5 was like mid, and now it's like, oh yeah, but now it's good, maybe. It's like, well that sucks. So I guess Raincoat's more like the former, or the Persona cases, but it's also like I think the visuals, because it's a Switch game, so it doesn't look the best. There are problems with the new versions. Okay, I did not. I don't. Okay. I feel like whenever I hear it talked about, it's the problems people have with the updated Persona versions is just that. Yeah, that exactly, like new content or new things that people don't like. Which I don't know how I feel about that, because I guess I haven't encountered that situation. Because I think, because the other one I feel like I hear that about is, and you might have brought this up as well, Titania, was Catherine, or rather Catherine Full Body. Because I've also heard, because like all I know about the game is that there's the two main girls, and there's like, I think the premise of the game is he has a girlfriend named Catherine who he's like on a down tilt in the relationship with, and he meets a different. Yes, I did hear some discussion about the way the game starts and how that changes things. But yeah, with Catherine, it was like, so basically he has a girlfriend that he's not as into, and then he meets another girl named Catherine, and he's into her, and so basically the options that you go through the game, it's basically like, I've seen, remember Matthew Matosis talking about the endings, and it's like, it's a law chaos thing. It's like, do you go with the new girl, or law, do you stay with your current girl? Then Full Body adds another character. And I've heard, and I feel like I've heard some people not super into that. So that would be a case where it's like, on one hand, Catherine Full Body just has all the stuff that's in the old game, right? But at the same time, like, when I play it, I'm probably going to play all three routes. Basically, I'm going to see the story with all three of the girls, which means I'm going to be like, if the third girl stuff isn't really that good, like, that's going to be a third of the game that I'm going to be like, I mean, okay, a third of the story. Like, the gameplay is going to be probably about the same, but so in that way, like, I definitely understand, like, yeah, if you don't like the new stuff, then it's like, just play the version that has less stuff and more stuff. Like, there's more stuff, more killer, less filler, if you could say, as to twist that phrase. I forgot how Baby Nyoro is cute. Okay, yeah, okay. And yeah, I guess that's the difference, is that Catherine, it's like, you can also just, like, especially on a replay, you could just only play the content that you want to play, where it's like with Persona 5 Royal, it's like, well, if you don't like the added girl, like, well, you can't skip the parts of the game that involve that girl, I imagine. So it's like, you have to, that's, so that's, you might prefer the other version. So yeah, with Raincoat, I think it's just more content, so it's just a better, it's just like another, like, well, if it's not good, you can just ignore it or whatever after going through the first time.
エネルギー問題や環境問題も一気に解決できるかもしれない。そうすればこの地球上から戦争はなくなり、世界中の人たちが幸せに暮らせるようになるだろう。
ニョロの父親は人類のためを思ってマイクを開発した。
I guess speaking of Persona, I am almost done with the first Persona. I'm in the last dungeon, and I'm pretty close to the end. It's like, it's basically like, do I grind so that I could use the ultimate Personas, which I've managed to fuse them all, or like, do I just try and beat the final boss? But it's I don't know. It's like, yeah. So I think I don't know. I'm kind of more interested in or I like the idea of getting the ultimate Personas, and I know that, like, if I have them, the final boss will probably be like very easy. I mean, it's like, how do I put this? Because the game's overall pretty easy, but that said, there's still been like certain encounters where I'll just be fucked. Like they'll just like instantly hit me with shit, and I literally can't even really do anything in response. So that's a little frustrating, especially if I lose X amount of like progress, just because like I literally was trying to just progress through the dungeon earlier today, and I got hit by the Hirschfelger. I don't know how to pronounce the fucking bird. He's in a few SMT games, and they just hit me with Bind and Charm, and just like, once they lock you into that shit, then they just keep hitting you, like you just can't do anything. And there's, you know, I didn't like, once you're hidden to it, I can't respond. Even if I knew which, like, had personas I could swap to that were immune to those things. Well, it's too late. You know, I can't do, I've never been able to run from an encounter. Never in my life in that game. So it's like, you know, so that'll happen sometimes. But overall, it's like, you know, I just use my brain in the encounters and just like look at the weaknesses and just, you know, yeah, just work my way through them. Be careful with healing and revives. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. But so I expect, you know, the boss will be the same way. Because I you know, yeah, and then I'll be done with Persona 1, and that'll be cool. I'll be done with the Persona game. That's I quote in quotation marks because obviously I'm gonna replay it. My plan is to replay to play the PS1 version when that translation is done, and do the Snow Queen quest, which I could probably do now, but it's like I might as well just wait until I got the full translation. So even though I'm not doing the Sebek route on the PS1, which I believe is the one that's not translated yet. Everyone's like smiling as their friend is just falling, and I just thought of like, that must look weird without context. Oh yeah, this is going faster than I thought, honestly. I say that, and we've almost been streaming for 40 minutes, so...
マイクの野望は必ず私が阻止してみせるわ。それがパパの願い。だから安心してね。
But yeah, I guess to go back to personas that I'm probably just gonna play Fess and Golden and Royal, and probably eventually Reload as well, and definitely Portable too, because I'm interested in the FemC for Persona 3. But it's I guess my thought process is like, you know, so I'm not gonna have the comparisons for the original base games. I mean, I probably will because like, if I'm caught up to the franchise when Persona 6 comes out. Or rather, if I catch up before the Persona 6 shiny, whatever the fuck they call it, comes out, I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna play the updated version when that comes out. So that'll be my first instance of me going through that, I imagine, unless I like really love Persona X so much that I really want to play the other version. The base version, because like, which is gonna be less likely for I feel like that's less likely for Persona 3 because I'm already planning to play Persona 3 at least twice, and if I'm gonna play it a third time, I'd rather play Reload than the original base Persona 3. You know, but if I really like, man, I want to play Persona 5, it's like, well, you know, I don't have to play Royal, I can just play the original, right? Because I'm gonna be replaying a lot of the SMT games too, like because Shin Megami Tensei If has 4 different routes. And look at her, she's so cute with her glasses. Like she looks really, I don't know, she had like a you know, I was just thinking about how sometimes characters will, going from transferring schools, they'll have like a transformation where they'll try to, you know, be a different person when they go into high school or middle school or whatever. And I was just thinking about how like Yoro is like, yeah, she has that energy of just like, she went from like baby nerd to you know, where she's more going for like a cool beauty, I guess. So with my plan for Persona 3 is I'm gonna play Fess, because I'm interested in Fess because of the tactics system, because like it's unique among the Shin Megami Tensei games, and I know it's pretty contentious, even though it's like meaningful, but obviously like from a gameplay perspective, like people just like enjoy being able to control the characters more, which is fine. I understand that. That's also been my experience with like every other game in the franchise for the most part. So the idea of just like doing something different and unique among other JRPGs is cool. And so yeah, I'm playing Fess. Then I do want to play Persona Portable because I remember seeing a Twitter thread talking about how she was basically like, the FemC isn't just like a gender swap of the main character. Like there's different aspects to her personality that you could read through the dialogue choices you can make. And I was interested in like just getting a read on those differences myself. So basically my plan is to play Fess and then sometime later play Portable or Persona 3 Portable. And then if I feel like because basically those are the ones I want to do before because I have a big list of like it's all the games, and then slipped in there are all several replays that I want to do. Like I want to replay the original Shin Megami Tensei because there was a character I really liked. I like the Chaos Hero in Shin Megami Tensei. Like he's the one who actually inspired the idea of doing a like all my favorite characters in Shin Megami Tensei video. But I didn't record footage when I played Shin Megami Tensei. I was just playing it for fun. So the games kind of want you to replay them anyway because there's like different endings and stuff. So even though I've done the neutral ending for Shin Megami Tensei anyway, I figure
ポチはメガネかけてる女の子嫌い？
そんなことないよ。どっちのニョロも。
Oh. Silly. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm already planning on replaying some of them. Like Shin Megami Tensei 3, for instance, has 6 endings. And obviously, I think I'm gonna be more interested in replaying a game if I like it. And yeah, no, to tell you, that's a big part of the reason why I've been enjoying playing games from the beginning. Like there are some remakes I'm going to play, but I feel like by the time Strange Journeys, Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journeys, I figure I'd play the remake, the 2017 3DS version. Even though I'm sure the DS there are some people who like the DS version more, but from what I've heard, I feel like it's not a case. Even then, like I guess I am playing. So far, the most quote-unquote recent SMT game I'm playing has been Shin Megami Tensei Persona, which is the 2010 PSP remake. But that's because I kind of can't really play the original PlayStation 1 version. And technically the first game I played was on the Super Nintendo anyway. It was the Kyoyaku Megami Tensei, which was a remake of the first 2 games from the NES. So I technically played that one before I played anything else, which includes games that came out before that version. But generally speaking, I'm going chronologically or release order. And yeah, I have a list of stuff I'm replaying. So yeah, what other ones am I replaying? Like I'm gonna do all 4 routes of Shin Megami Tensei If, so I have 3 more left. And yeah, and of course, if I like some of them, I'll be more inclined. I guess one of the Shin Megami Tensei 5, I'm gonna play the vengeance or the creation route first, which is the current base game, and then I'll play the vengeance route sometime after that. So yeah, it's a big list. I really I'm hoping that I'll be able to at least, because I think at the rate I'm going. Because I was expecting to basically play up to Shin Megami Tensei 3 this year, but I literally only have I'm almost done with Persona 1, like a couple months ahead of schedule, and then I have Mach X, which isn't going to take that long. Persona 2, which especially if I like it, it'll go reasonably quickly. Like I should be able to play a couple games after Shin Megami Tensei 3, after my goal. So yeah, who knows? I don't think I'm going to quite get to Persona 3 this year, but because I have to play. Because after I beat Shin Megami Tensei 3, I'm gonna plan on replaying Shin Megami Tensei If, and I might do I have to do Digital Devil Saga, Megami Tensei, or I forget what it's called. It's the Avatar Tuner in Japan. I remember the Japanese name better than I do the English one right now. The PS2 one. So yeah, and of course if something gets translated, then who knows what I'm gonna be doing. But yeah, I don't know. It's exciting to think about. I literally just I'm a freak. Like I'll literally just open up one of my backlog lists, especially for the video games, and I'll just look at the list of the things I'm going to play eventually and be like, yeah, I'm gonna play all of these. Instead of I am playing a little bit of Persona every day. Like today I played it for like half an hour because I lost some progress, and I was like, okay, it's how the fuck do I do this? And I wanted to poke around. It's like, okay, is there better equipment I can get somewhere? Is there what can I do to increase my chances? And it really the answer is you know, I just need to, like, I don't need to grind. Like, I'm pretty sure I could just, like, upgrade a few characters' personas that I've been slacking on upgrading and just make it to the end of the game after fixing that. But it's like, well, the ultimate personas I'm already fairly close-ish to, so it's like, and they're like meaningful and important to the characters since they're literally like the ones tailor suited to that character. So it's like, well, I might as well just get them. But that means grinding because I am not at that level. So what are you doing, Vanilla Yuku? She's dumb. How do I feel Persona and Shin Megami Tensei differ?
胸が高鳴るな。俺たちを利用しようだなんて。舐めたまね
Well,
し
I
やがって
think probably the biggest way, I mean, assuming, like, because obviously, like, it's Shin Megami Tensei as franchise, even at this early point, where I'm literally in the mid-90s, going through the games in rough release order, is, there's already a lot of variants, in a sense, because there's Last Bible, which is more of a fantasy story, there's, Majin Tensei, which is a strategy RPG, so I'd say if you're talking, like, mainline Shin Megami Tensei versus Persona games, I think the difference is that, well, even Persona 1, as I understand it, it's people say it's different than the rest of the Persona games, which I can't really say. But I mean, I do remember one point Joe made in the Persona 4 video, that, or maybe it was even someone in the comments, but basically one of the big differences is the stakes, and in the Persona 4, as I understand it, the stakes are literally just, it's a serial killer, right? It's not world affecting, it's not apocalyptic, it's just, you know, it's a relatively small scale story. And I feel like, so that's one difference I would highlight between the Shin Megami Tensei games, or specifically 1 and 2, and Persona, but also Shin Megami Tensei If. So, because, like, I mean, okay, that said, Persona 1 is definitely, there's an angle of, like, trying to avert the apocalypse. Like, it does get world scale, but the difference is that Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2 both also involve, like Shin Megami Tensei 1 is, I love the way it's structured, where it's, like, you literally play, like, a bunch of the game, and then, or something, like, then you end up in the future after the apocalypse. Like, you play it both before and after. And as I understand it, Shin Megami Tensei 4 is the same way, because the second one is called Apocalypse. So I don't know if that's true, but, you know. So that's one difference, is especially with Personas 3 onward. Maybe 2 as well, but because 1 is a little closer to Shin Megami Tensei in that way. But Shin Megami Tensei If is also smaller scale. Actually, it's in that way, it's even smaller scale than Persona. And sure enough, I went into Shin Megami Tensei If hearing that it was basically a, how do I put it? Shin Megami Tensei, it's like a spiritual predecessor to the Persona games, because, like, the characters are, you're in a high school, like you're the first, you start the game walking around a high school, like, much like you do the first Persona game, and you have, like, guardians, which basically your character has a Shin Megami Tensei demon that affects their stats, and when you die, the demon changes based on how well you're doing before you died, basically. And that I was like, oh, this is kind of like a precursor to the Persona system, and it's handled very differently and has different effects on the gameplay, but plenty of potentiary chaperoning humanoid. Okay. He doesn't even know what they mean. So, I mean, another difference that I think Persona 1 has compared to, like, maybe not Persona 2, but possibly Persona 3, is that the way it uses the grid-based combat is you have characters and formations, and that affects what basically what zones they can target on it's I guess like Mega Man Battle Network, kind of, but it's still turn-based. So it's slightly more tactical in that way, because you have to think about, like, well, where are your characters versus what capabilities they have and what weapons they can use, and where in comparison, the Shin Megami Tensei, I think 2 has, like, a front row and a back row, and, you know, so what characters can do and what they can be targeted by. varies whether in the front or back. So it's a bit more. So Persona's a bit more complex in that way. But I don't even. Again, I don't think that's something that's like carried. That's not carried over to the rest of the Persona games, let alone any of the Shin Megami Tensei games that I know of. So.
ありがとうタツンでも
But yeah, I'm finally getting to the point where I'm playing like the games that people talk about, I guess. So, you know, like yeah, Persona 1 and soon Persona Shin Megami Tensei 3. But yeah,
もう間もなくそれも終わる
I don't know. But I'm glad I played all the ones before it, especially because like I found, you know, I got to play the first Shin Megami Tensei, which has some really cool stuff. I got to play Last Bible 3, which is it's currently my favorite, but I'm still trying to decide if I like Persona, how much I like Persona in comparison. But yeah, it's been fun.
我々の手であいつを倒し人々の笑顔を取り戻そうおそらく姉もそれを願ってるはずだ
Yes, I did see that in Zero's ending. I also forgot about what was the other manga that he's been doing. Dead Rock. Yeah, I totally, that one has 11 chapters out, and I totally forgot about it. It's apparently going to be pretty short anyway. But yeah, so I'll be finishing Eden Zero because I'm still reading it, and I'll eventually. Well, that's yeah, because I guess I was talking about my Mashima video at some point, and so I don't know if I'm gonna hasten it just because Eden Zero happens to have ended. But yeah, it sure is a manga that I'm reading that I don't have very particularly strong feelings on, so it is what it is. But speaking of endings, I guess MHA has a little more, but it's definitely very close to ending. But I haven't heard an announcement one way or the other. How's Eden Zero compared to his other work? I mean, I think it, like in a number of ways, it's more, you know, it's polished, like compared to Rave, Rave is pretty rough, especially early on. But it's hard for me to say for sure because the thing with Eden Zero is that it's like I've been reading it weekly for a long time, and I've regularly said that like weekly reading is not the ideal way I engage with stories, but I'd still do it because like I'm basically reading it the first time, and then when I reread it, I have all the context in mind so that I can understand it better than if I just read it for the first time. Ideally. That said, I haven't reread very many series that Ayakashi Triangle would be a great example because I reread it and talked about it on the Nen show, and I liked it much more. You know, to have it, especially since Mathwiz liked it and she had a lot of interesting things to say about it, and that fostered more interesting things out of our discussions. So, where with weekly reading, it's again, I lose detail, I forget about things, I lose emotional investment, especially with MHA. That's because I was really into it when it started, and then I fell off of it, and it kind of never got that emotional investment back. Because I never went back and started from the beginning. Maybe. You know, so anyway, with Eden Zero, so I guess the thing with Eden Zero and Rave is that, like, right now I'd say Eden Zero is my least favorite, because I haven't really gotten that much interesting out of it. It hasn't really hit me emotionally. Where in comparison, like, Fairy Tail did both of those for me, and Rave, Rave too, even. Like, I just find both of that. Yes, I did used to like MHA. Not that I honestly, and I feel like I like it more than most people now just because I'm reading the current stuff and I'm like, this is fine. This is probably like really hitting on everything and nailing everything that people wanted to do, and apparently everyone hates it. So, like I don't know, I don't dislike what it's doing necessarily, but I don't necessarily like it either because I have to go through it all and decide how I feel about it, and also like, you know, especially like maybe if there's a video in it. So, because you know I think it's about the show, and if it's Doki Doki it's no, I'd say, or let me finish my thought. But anyway, so Eden Zero has definitely not been doing anything for me. Eden Zero, yeah. And I'll still hopefully that changes on the reread. Maybe I'll notice some more things. It feels pretty straightforward though. Like I don't feel like I'm missing anything, but you know that doesn't mean there can't be more to glean out of it if I reread it. So
キックかましてるさかいな。
Yeah. I'm curious about what he does next too, because I hope it would be cool. Okay, yeah, no, I also did go out of my way to read the most recent MHA because I heard it was controversial, and I'm definitely, thinking about how, because I don't want to spoil it obviously, but just definitely like how what happened matters to like the arcs of the characters involved is something like, again, I've spent so long since I read the story that I don't know, so it's like, but that's something I'd have in mind going through it for the second time. But anyway, as for Doki Doki Precure, it is fine. Well, I definitely don't think MHA is like it hasn't been announced to be ending or at least like people aren't like, there's no like, because like someone it was just mentioned like, oh yeah, Eden Zero is ending in 5 chapters. Okay, we know that it was announced, but I haven't heard one way or the other for MHA. And just going by the magazine timing, we have like 10 chapters left at least, because I assume it's not just gonna end. Like Jump is on a schedule, and there's like new series come in and old series get the boot, right? Or not old series, but series that aren't being kept in the mix, right? So my assumption is that MHA, like, I'm pretty sure this one is done. Like we got our new series, like we literally just got like 2 or 3 new manga, or I just saw what was it? Psych House just started in Jump. Kyokuto Necromance started. I think it's just those 2 for now. Oh no, Astro Royale, the Tokyo Revengers author. So yeah, we just got our new batch of Jump series. So I think MHA is going to end next batch because so I think because otherwise I feel like it would have just ended like with this batch if it was gonna end sooner rather than later. So I think maybe my timing of Jump series is wrong, but I assume we're gonna get like another 10, because usually I feel like Jump series end after like 20 chapters if they get canceled early, just because it's like maybe earlier at 10 if they really don't like. I guess there have been a non-zero amount of like 1 volume canceled manga, but usually they give them a little bit more of a chance, especially nowadays. I feel like most of the ones end after like 2 or 3 volumes. So we need so yeah, I'm pretty sure MHA is going to end in the next block, is what I'm trying to say, of Jump titles. So and I think like given the fact that the main conflict ended literally this chapter, that's quite a few chapters to wrap things up. If that would be pretty cool if that's the case, and hopefully that will alleviate some concerns. But God knows how it's actually going to go. Oh, he's no. Sorry, I just had the idea, like, was Rachel mute the whole time? Yeah, no, that's feeling everything you like from the series. That's not unusual, or has faded. Yeah, I feel like, but I do wonder, because like, I don't know, I feel like in that case, because like, especially like with One Piece is my longest experience of reading a story as it's ongoing, and I definitely have like waxes and wanes of my interest. Like actually, I think a good example I can even just say from this last year or so is like when I reread Wano, I was at a max. I was like, holy fucking shit, One Piece, let's fucking go. I was hype. I made 4 videos. Because I mean, you also had the Netflix adaptation happening. Actually, hold on. Netflix video, Wano video, Blackbeard video, Subody video, and I also did the Usopp nose short, or Usopp character design short. No, I think it was just on Usopp's nose, yeah. Right, so, but it's like, right now, I'm still feeling like, yeah, One Piece is cool, but it's like that's my Wayne, right? Like, I just think One Piece is like I'm not as hyped and excited. Like that said, that changes when a new chapter comes out, but with like, with the post Wano hype, like that it was very tangible, right? Like I did the Nen show, I did 4 videos, I started the anime, like I was really like, oh my god, I need more One Piece right now, right? So the fact that right now it's like, yeah, I watched Logtown a little while ago, it was pretty good. Like, you know, I'm not like foaming at the mouth about One Piece. This is my Wayne, right? So I feel like for other series that I'm not as hyped about, like it's normal for me, like reading MHA for the first time, being like, yeah, this is really cool, and then picking up again later, and then continuing to read it weekly and catching it. You know, I dropped it and caught up like, or put it down and caught up like twice, and then I've been consistently reading it ever since. And I'm very much on a Wayne, but you know, it's a much deeper Wayne, right? But so my thoughts process is that is like, well, because you're saying like, you know, maybe if you reread it, it will change. Maybe if you reread MHA, it won't. And I don't know. I just know what works for me is that I like to, you know, so far rereading a series all at once. Like again, Ayakachi Triangle is my best example where it's happened. I never reread Mashal because I definitely thought like for the good Jump series or the ones I like, I want to reread them. Like Black Clover, when that ends, I'm 100% rereading it because especially like the way I've talked about it as like, you know, as an example of just like, you know, I like it, but I don't know that I can get a video out of it because I feel like its ideas are really simple and straightforward. In a good way. Like I think that it's a fun series. I like Black Clover a lot. But you know, so I just haven't put my money where my mouth is and actually reread that many series that I finish. But I feel like Mashal would be the only one where I thought, because I thought it was fine. No, I guess yeah, it's basically just been Mashal and Ayakachi Triangle that have ended since I really got into Jump, and have also been like, you know, series that I liked for one reason or another. But again, I guess Mashal would be another example because it's super straightforward in what it's about, and especially the ending. But I like how it was handled, but I didn't love Mashal. Like, it was good. I liked it. It was just a funny little series, and it had a some really cool moments, and the ending was, yep, this was the ending should, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah. Oh, interesting. There's no release date for the next chapter. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's okay, interesting. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, no, like yeah, I understand. Cuz like Dressrosa was also like, I don't know, cuz I didn't love Dressrosa until, like, honestly, even reading on the Nen show, it didn't really click for me until I was making my Doflamingo video, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. So I've never actually gone through Dressrosa and really got it. Like, I like Dressrosa, but I don't know. I forget where I ranked it. It was decently high, but it's definitely not one of my favorite art. Like, I've never really thought of it as like one of my favorite art, like in contention for like my favorite arc. But you know, Dressrosa's cool. I like Dressrosa a lot, still. But it's like, it's One Piece. I like all of it. You know, it's just the difference between like, yeah, I like that arc versus like, this arc's so Wano, it's so good, Wano. So, yeah. The Mike Eyes plan. I don't know. I just saw the moon and thought Moon Eye plan from Naruto, and I was like, we're gonna take down Mike, and I don't know. My brain doesn't work. Okay, so Pochi went along with the plan because he wanted everyone's strength. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Just generally speaking, it's like, I think people should find the way to enjoy, to go through media in the way that they'll enjoy it the most, right? Because some people just really like, you know, if like, you know, I mean, maybe some people just really enjoy going through a lot of stuff as it's going and shitting on it, right? I know that I like, you know, generally like, you know, either going through it again after going through it. Like, I know that weekly watching or reading isn't it for me, but I still do it because, you know, it's easier for me to watch something one episode every so often or every week versus like it's like, for example, with Precure, it's like, well, one, I don't want to be behind on Precure because I'm literally like less than 100 episodes away from being caught up. Because I started Doki Doki Precure, which I did forget to talk about earlier. I'll get back to Doki Doki Precure. You know, because and so it's like, well, of course I'm gonna catch up to Wonderful. And Wonderful, I think Precure specifically is a kind of show like it's just easier for me to watch week to week because it's more episodic, right? Like I think I've struggled with Kamen Rider because Kamen Rider is more like story focused, and so it's like it's if I forget stuff week to week, it's less, it's more important, it's more detrimental to my experience watching Kamen Rider because I've really never enjoyed a Kamen Rider weekly experience where it was Super Sentai and Precure because it's more episodic. I really haven't run into that issue, you know. But anyway, so yeah, I guess to talk about Doki Doki Precure, is that like, I like how Mana is a little different. Like she at least has half a brain cell, because I noticed it during the crossover movies where it's like Tsubomi and then a bunch of no other pink has a brain cell, and now with Mana it's like, oh my god, she's not just completely dogshit rock stupid. I wouldn't say she's like smart necessarily, like but you know, so that's one thing that's stand out to me. Other than that, like, you know, I'm only a few episodes in, so I'm just barely being introduced to the characters. So I don't have any strong feelings per se. Like I hope to enjoy it more. But I'm definitely so far I'm like, yeah, this is Precure. You know, it's cool. You know, but there have been some fun moments, fun stuff. Probably the most standout thing to me is about Doki Doki Precure is the dumbest way to describe the show is Kusanagi Mokoto and Monkey D. Luffy bullying children. Because the two, I forget their names, but the two of the antagonists are, one of them is literally voiced by Luffy and the other is voiced by the main character, the main voice actress the actress for the main character of Ghost in the Shell. So, which is like, one is I went through Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045 and Logtown recently, so I just went through things with both of those characters. They're two just completely different like stories. Like Ghost in the Shell and One Piece are like, how do you get stories that are more different from this? And then the fact that you have these like these voice actors who've been doing these characters for like over 25 years, and also they've been cast in, not at the point the show came out, but they cast them as the villains, two of the villains in this like Precure show. And it's just so weird to hear Luffy's voice coming out of this little asshole dude, like villain dude's mouth. It like he laughs and it's like, that's just Luffy. It's just Luffy. So that's probably the most standout thing of Doki Doki Precure for me is that the voice cast in that way, because it was just so like I sit up straight in my chair, like, that's just Luffy. Because I've heard that's a voice I've heard and been familiar with for like 15 years, right? Because I have been watching One Piece that long, so it's like, oh, hearing that. I haven't really watched that much Dragon Ball without nothing with Krillin as in a major role, at least. So it's like, since the dub, like I never went back and watched sub Dragon Ball, and I've seen some of the movies, but nothing with Krillin as a major role. So it's like, so I haven't been familiar with that voice role for Mayumi Tanaka. So it's just like, yeah, getting another one is like, and especially a villain character, like that's pretty different. Anyway. And Wonderful Precure. I mean, I like the having the parents know is rare, so rare. Like I remember when I read the one fucking 300-page Magical Girl paper that I talked about in my Kill la Kill video. Is one of the aspects of magical girl fiction that the author, the writer of the paper, noticed about or talked about was how like it's being a secret is part of what the appeal of the magical girl fiction is, because it's part of like a young girl's desire to play and be in a space of expression for herself outside of like scrutiny of like adults or boys, which is why you know, only with other young girls. So which is why magical girls are often secret compared to. There's a bunch of seasons of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider where it's like the secret identities don't fucking matter. Not everyone, but definitely some of them. Like Zenkaiger came to mind, and I used that one in my video because Kaito just like openly recruits for Zenkaiger, like publicly, you know. So the fact that Wonderful Precure, I mean, it's not public, but it's, you know, the parents know. It's like, oh, that's interesting, and this is really early in the show to do that, because usually if they do that, it's like towards the end. Though that also came up in the episodes of Doki Doki where it's like Alice is covering it up basically, but she knows because she's rich and powerful and she's watching the entire town. And also thank you, Ebite, appreciate the comment. But the other elephant in the room with the Wonderful Precure episode is that because I did watch Crayon Shin-chan 1233 because Sarah and I translated it, and they were like, "Oh, Wonderful Precure crossover episode." And I was like, because in the last episode's preview, I saw Shin-chan was there with his dog, and they looked weird, and I was like, oh, are they monsters or something? And it's like, no, that's just how they look, and Komugi is just that small. Like, that was probably one of the silliest things about the crossover is that in the Crayon Shin-chan episode when Komugi and Iroha come in, the art style has changed for them. Like they're drawn to match Shin-chan more, even though they're still very clearly because their designs have so much detail that they still stand out in that way. But in Wonderful Precure, when Shin-chan comes in, he's just this little fucking gremlin who wandered in from this other universe. It's funny. But other than that, it's like, I liked the Shin-chan episode. Like, not even just the Precure parts. Like, I enjoyed the other two sections as well. And the Precure part was exceptionally funny to me because I'm so into Precure. Like, when they did the transformation sequences and the monsters, like lying down, and they're like, okay, sorry to keep you waiting, and it's like it's just so stupid. Just the parody, I guess, was funny. Like, it definitely made me more interested. Like, obviously, finishing Shin-chan is absurd. It's 1,233 episodes and 70 TV specials and 30 movies and several spin-off shows. Like, it's not happening. But I definitely am more. Look, the fact that I just watched a random episode. The episode was numbered 1,233, and I still liked it. It's like, well, I mean, maybe just it's part of the fact is like, yeah, I haven't seen it before. Like, maybe there's a lot of reused ideas there. Like, oh, an episode where they find an animal and are trying to hide it before they get it back to its owner, or an episode where Shin-chan and his dad are going out shopping. Right, like that. Those have probably happened before, but you know, I don't know what makes these different. But I liked it. Especially because I was laughing at the Precure section so much. Is like my face hurt by then because I was smiling through so much of the episode, and I was like, yeah, the opening was really cool. Like just from the start, I was like, whoa, that's a fun opening. Holy shit! And I definitely had the thought of like, I mean, especially like, okay, watching a 1,200 33 episode television show is daunting, but watching the 70 episodes of it that have been translated, it's weird. In other contexts, it's like, oh man, 70 episodes, that's a lot. But in the context of Shin-chan, it's like, oh, that ain't shit, right? It's a difference between catching up to one Precure and catching up to all Precure, right? So I had because the group is like released an episode in March, you know, and. So it's like I would, if I caught up, I wouldn't have to watch that much. I'd just watch it as they're translated, basically. Oh yeah, thank you. I also am really happy with that. Like, no, that Aikatsu video got a few views too. Like that said, I put it out during a pretty peak period. But you know, I imagine I imagine yeah, there's like you, there's probably a bunch of people who watch that video who don't give a shit about Aikatsu. Who wouldn't say it like that? Like, you know. But like, yeah, I do really like the conflict of Aikatsu stars, and you know, I still, yeah, appreciate hearing that you like that. Because I want to, because I know a big part of my audience is like that, but I also like, because I've talked about like doing videos like Infinite Bias is one example I keep thinking about, because like back when I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like making a video on this show, even though like for some people, like you, like you're just gonna like hearing me talk about things that I like or find interesting anyway, ideally. And for the people who do like the show, like, oh, I get it now, or ah, yes, this person understands it. Like having that feeling is valuable. So like, I should do an Infinite Revised video. Like, oh no, it's only gonna get 1,000 views. Like, boo-hoo, you know. So yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that because I having a good Infinite Revised video is more valuable than how many views it's gonna get. So yeah. And especially like it might make people interested in watching it. Like of course, Aikatsu, it's 400 episodes. That said, or Infinite Revised is 26, so it's much easier. But I will say about Aikatsu is you don't have to watch all 400 episodes. It's an iterative show. So it's like the easiest, quickest thing you can watch, I would say, is just watch Aikatsu Friends. Because it's only 50 episodes, it's a complete story. Production-wise, it's some of the like most solid and polished the show is. Like it looks really good. It's just it has the friends thing, so it explores friendship in a bunch of different ways. Like it's on its own, it's solid. If you like it, there's a 26 episode sequel, Kagayaki no Jewel, that is also really good and worth watching. And then at that point, it's like you know if you're willing to watch the other 300 episodes of Aikatsu, right? But even if not, like I think Pedantic Romantic's seen Aikatsu Friends and she likes it, and I don't think she's seen the rest of Aikatsu. Like it's just a good show that she that she likes, and it's like yeah, that's you don't I talked about completionism last time, and it's like you don't have to be a freak about it. Like me, I'm a freak. I'll watch everything, but like you could just watch like one icon. Oh, robot kiss. Funny noises. No, Mocho-an.
今まで助けてくれたお礼よ。
Oh, that's a rare vanilla face. See, that's one of the. I'm so glad. I'm sure the dub is fine, but I'm really glad. I don't regret picking the Japanese audio at all because these performances have been funny. Like, I was waiting for Chuko because I know she's really loud, and I don't know. I guess loud is funny sometimes for me. But it's not just that it's loud; it's that like she's a good voice actress. So it's like it makes me laugh. Children. Kissing is too PG-13. Well, he's just... Where'd he go? Did he just... That's funny. As I was just gonna make a joke. I bet he's like in a corner rolled up into an iron ball. And then that's exactly what they did. Perfect. I love sharing a brain cell with the game because I mean, yeah, I have issues with this game, but it's still just like it's just so I hate the word charming, but it's just like it's endearing to me. I find it like really endearing. Like I don't know, it's fun and good, and it's silly, and the characters are fun, and I don't know, it's a good game. It's like it could be a better game though. Or honestly, I'm now because I was wondering how the roots and stuff are gonna factor into it, but it's like you could just do a TV series like this. I feel like this could have been like a neat little like 50 episode TV series, and it would have been like. Yeah, because I so far I just haven't really felt like the gameplay has added a whole lot for me. Like mostly I just die and I'm like, oh, how do I do this? And I die like 3 more times and I like figure it out. And it's like, okay, So I don't know, but it's a dumb complaint. But it is what it is, and I'm enjoying it for what it is. I just in my head I'm like, yeah, but what if it was something else? Then maybe it's still could be, but then it would have been able to be made. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay, going to space. Not space, but the Panopticon. What was I talking about? Wow, that completely threw me off. I don't remember what I was talking about before Kiss. Oh yeah, this is the final area in the opening cutscene. But Rachel was there last time. And he's dead. Oh yeah, I was talking about completion, I think, where it's like, yeah, just watch like one Aikatsu, and especially like, I don't know, especially because so the other day or yesterday I had a conversation with a friend about because I had my idea about comic book accuracy, my video idea, and I was talking to him because he's read more comics and watched more superhero stuff than me, so I was just picking his brain and throwing out my ideas at him and trying to see like what other adaptations of characters, and he reminded me of some stuff that I hadn't thought about. Like I think Aquaman. I can't think of a character who's been so negatively affected by an adaptation, a non-comic book adaptation, than Aquaman, because of Super Friends, where he looks like a joke because he's always in every episode and he's like doesn't have it like he's a one-trick pony relative to the rest of the Super Friends, right? So it's like. So then you got like fucking Family Guy making fun of him like 40 years later, right? 30 years later. So, and I feel like a lot of Aquaman has had that baggage. But like, I don't know, so it's like, just having someone to guide you through comics, because until you are, like, in order to swim, ideally you want someone to teach you to swim. Right? So I think in the same way, like, not that you can't get into things just randomly. Like, I remember when I got into anime, I just watched random seasonals, right? And I had fun. Even though a lot of the shows they stuck with me because I watched them. They haven't stuck with me because I like really remembered them or like thought they were good even at the time. And looking back, there's also like, yeah, I don't know that I'd care for Jormungand that much if I rewatched it, or Upats. Or fucking whatever random ass seasons. Like some of them I have nostalgia for, and those are the ones like Kokoro Connect I finally finished this year, the book series. And I watched that back in 2012, and I was like, this is a cool show, and I rewatched it, and for my video, and when I started my channel, I was like, yeah, it's still a good show, and now I'm done with it, and it's like, yeah, good light novel series too. So some of those series have stuck with me, but it's like. So yeah, I guess with what I'm trying to say is like with really big franchises where it's like, yeah, you're not interested in watching at least 400 episodes of Aikatsu, sure, but maybe you could try one of them. For me, no, watch what's interests you, and maybe just a cute dumb idol girl show doesn't interest you, and that's fine. I'm glad that you at least enjoy me talking about it, but you just got me thinking about it, right? Where it's like, because I guess how I see it is like. Let's say you get into you watch Heart Catch Precure and you think it's good, right? And some people, that's fine. They just watch it and it's like, that was a good show, and they're not interested in watching more Precure, right? But some people are like, I want more of that. Oh, cool. There's 20 other Precure seasons to watch, right? Like, both of those people can exist and are valid. I guess the sad part happens when like let's say it's like what like I think some of the least well liked ones either by the community or by me for Precure are like the Futaro Precure Max Heart or Delicious. I like Delicious Party, but it's pretty disliked, I guess. And like if someone watches one of those two and didn't like it, well then my question would be, okay, is Precure just not for you at all, or do you just not like these specific shows? Right? Because that's where I'm at. It's like, well, maybe if I watched all of it, like with that Devil May Cry, like, oh, I don't like this first game. Maybe one of the other 5s will be better. And in fairness, I did like most of the other 5 games better. I liked 4 of them better than Devil May Cry 1, but I still didn't like really like them like a lot, right? But again, I'm the kind of person, I like art, and I don't think my time experiencing art is wasted in the first place. So, but that's just me. A lot of people would rather spend their time going through stuff that they enjoy, and that's fine too. So, but that's where it's like, yeah, recommendations and reviews and friends telling you like, hey, you might like this thing. Like if I didn't have so much stuff to go through, I've been teasing the idea of like asking people like, what is something that you think I would enjoy? Like, what's my next favorite, right? Like, because I've gone through a bunch of things, but you know, and I do find like this year I watched AI Artificial Intelligence because I was interested in Liza P and Pinocchio stuff from the Jacob Geller video and Bindi. And I was like, oh, what's this movie? Sounds kind of interesting, and I fucking loved it. The ending ruined me. Like it was, I really liked it, you know. So I do find new favorites sometimes, but it's not super common, right? So like I honestly I think the biggest favorite that I've gotten into is in 2022 I started playing Muv-Luv, and like in my media threads, like my favorite media experience of 2022 was Muv-Luv Alternative. My favorite media experience of 2023 was Muv-Luv Alternative Total Eclipse. And I wouldn't be surprised if my favorite media experience of 2024 was Muv-Luv Unlimited the day after. Like that, like I can't think of anything. I've got like Sword Online, I guess, would be the last time I got into a favorite this hard. But even then, I feel like Muv-Luv is like, no, I think Muv-Luv's like top 3, top 5 media ever for me. Like I really like it. Our Perversion, okay. Because I know you just posted the video about Wandering Sun in my server, and I'm interested in that because I know of it obviously because Mathwooz did a video on a while ago, and then a little while later she told me I think after that she realized she was trans, and that became, you know, it's something we talk about, and obviously it's part of her identity, right? I don't know what Our Perversion is though. I might okay, interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's another part of why I like completion, because I like discovery, right? Like I didn't know Last Bible 3 was going to be oh, they bring it up in that video. Okay, I'll watch that video and I'll get interested in those. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Last Bible 3. I didn't know that was going to be my favorite one of my favorite Shin Megami Tensei games. Actually, I guess yeah, it is my favorite one on the Super Nintendo and earlier. Right, so, or Yoshi's Island, right? I didn't know I was gonna like that game so much. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island specifically. Because I never played it before, and I played it, and it's just so full of just imagination, and, like, it's just such a like, visually, like, the aesthetic, the animations, like, the gameplay, I think, has a lot of good decisions. Like, I just had fun front to back with that game, and I was like, yeah, Yoshi's Island, you know? Like, and I never thought I would say that, just because it made me get Yoshi, I guess, because before he was just like, yeah, he's a mascot character who Mario rides around on, I guess, you know? But it's like, oh, no, yeah, he's just because it's plural. Because Japanese plurals don't have, like, it's like Neko is plural, it's both can be singular and plural for cat or cats, but it depends on the context. Right, so it's like, but it's like it's all of the Yoshi. Like that is Yoshi. Is like because in Yoshi's Island there's like this baton pass thing where they all have Baby Mario. So they just you know, when you finish the level, the Yoshi passes to the next Yoshi in the line, and it's like they're all working in unison. Oh, get fucked, idiot. Vanilla! Don't tell her that, because then she's gonna lock up Chuko. Okay, no, she's not that, you did mention Library of Ruina, I remember, and Stars in Time? Or, okay, I don't remember hearing about that one, but that's really cool. Because, yeah, definitely, I talked about it in my, so, for anyone here who's not a patron, I did a big 3-hour video for my patrons talking about all my video ideas. And I did mention how I want to do more general videos, like recommendations and stuff, like or like recommending shoujo manga or non-jump shonen, or like talk about my favorite Mario games, just like more than just analytical stuff, sort of as a way to like, hey, I'm going through all these things, like why not turn it into content, which I'm always prepared for. or rather turning the videos, because yeah, maybe that'll turn on some people to some neat stuff and give me a way to gush about something that I happen to like, right? So, all right, how the fuck am I gonna beat up this bitch? This final boss ass looking bitch. Yeah, I know how to use her power. Thank you. Okay, that did not work. I got way too greedy there. Oh, do I want to bash it against the force field? Okay, that didn't. Okay, that's. Oh, that did no damage. Jesus. This is gonna take forever. And one fuck up and I gotta start back on the beginning. Yay. Oh no, she ran energy! Bitch! I wasn't watching the, her energy bar. Okay, but I can break the animation. That's good. So basically, I just need to be very careful about my energy bar. And I gotta focus, chat. Sorry, because this is gonna take a million years. Okay, never mind. The finishing blow. Oh, I guess I switch between. I see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna switch between the characters and. Okay, fight the same boss, but with different. Yep. Okay. I'll write down Stars in Time because I haven't heard about it, and because I did. Or let me write those down real quick. Cause yeah, I'll always take recommendations. Maybe I'll do like a big stream where it's like recommend me things, fill my backlog because it's not already disgusting enough. Because it'd be interesting, I guess, especially because like I've been collecting my backlog for so long. Like there's stuff on there. It's like I don't remember anything about it or why it's on my backlog. You know, so it's like. Oh, it copied her. Oh. Oh, I hit it with the shield. Okay. Can you say something funny? No, I never have, and I never will. Baby game, easy baby game. I just run up and hit my shield button, and it's like, at least with Chuko, I had to think about the energy meter. You're a baby, you can't swear. You're not allowed. Good thing I know how to use all these powers. So, I guess that, yeah, some people would need to recap because they had. Oh, okay. Oh, these things. Okay. Oh, I killed myself. One of the balloons tower dispense 6 streams. I've never. Oh, you're over there now. He can't even hurt me? Do it for you. I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm just not really interested in playing the game. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm sure it's fine, but also playing games with friends in general is fun, and it can be different games.
どうしようかしら。
心配すな。何も問題はない。
でも
ええからお前は下がっとれ。
Now, honestly, I'm thinking about it, and it's like, maybe I will just do a recommend me shit stream after World's End Club, just because it's like, I don't know, I'm just imagining for the thumbnail, it's probably going to be, because I haven't seen The Simpsons, but I know there's a gag in The Simpsons where, like, Homer goes to hell and he's being, like, he's forced to eat donuts, and he just, he's fine with it, but it's just, like, that's just what I think about when I'm, like, adding to my backlog. It's just, I'm just... No, that didn't work. No. Favorite U.S. president? None of them. At least none of the ones since from when I was alive. I can't think of a funny president. They all make me sad and depressed. What the fuck is Jennu gonna do? She walks on the ceiling.
みんなが繋いだバトン。この私がしかと受け取った。さあ、覚悟しろ、ピエロ。
Oh, I guess she'll dodge and he'll hit the wall or something like that.
勝負だ。
Oh, huh. Okay, yep, there it is. What the fuck are you talking about, Yuki? Okay, that was a little close for comfort, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, that was too slow. I'm cutting it way too close. Damn it. Okay, I fucked up there. I was also laughing at Yuki's stupid fucking line. You're super duper pippity poppity fly. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, bitch. Oh, that was too early. God damn it. Okay. I thought, alright. Now I'm slightly annoyed. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Again? Again, motherfucker? Alright. I thought rule of 3, but okay. She just slipped through his chest, okay.
どうする？
大丈夫だ。このたまりにたまった鬱憤。
I guess, yeah, Pochi and Yuki wouldn't be able to do anything.
さて。
Come on, really? Alright. This guy's annoying. I'm gonna run out of power before he falls down. Yep, unfortunate. I guess I should have waited for that, but oh well. Okay, there we go.
何を言っている。俺はシビレンジャーブラック。貴様よりも能力は格段に上だ。なんだと。
大丈夫か。
うるさい。とにかく。
Tatsun wants to be hardcore, but his mom won't let him. He's so edgy, so funny. Ah! Okay, I thought I was just gonna keep going. Oh shit. What is Pochi going to do? Is he going to unlock his power? But he's a robot, he shouldn't have a power. And Yuki's still trapped. Is Yuki just here to be like a red herring? Is that what her deal is? Ah! What? Oh, okay, I'm not supposed to be able to dodge it. Oh, right, he absorbs electricity. Or he doesn't absorb it, but he can take it.
Yoshi.
Well, okay, he's exceeded my expectations. Did he get teleported somewhere? I guess so. His friends aren't there. He's alone. Oh no, never mind. They're just silently dancing. It's...
すごいよポチ。実に見事な戦いっぷり。
さすが僕らのリーダーだよ。
今回の戦いはみんなが協力したから勝てたんだ。僕だけの力じゃないよ。
Get fucked. Does Nero, is it like long times we beat the prologue, now the real game starts? It was that, how long to beat lied to me? It's a 100-hour game. We're gonna be here for a hot minute.
てもーちゃん、また固まってモテるやん。
もちろん、もーちゃんもかっこよかったわよ。
Does Nero like Pochi because she's a or is because he's a robot and she's like science? Yeah, I guess part of the game, part of what I like about the game is like, and just stuff. And oh, I didn't even notice how his like, because his sprite still has half of it, one of his eyes showing, but now he has both eyes showing, I guess. I didn't notice that before, but I was gonna say it's just like there's a pure, it's just pure, right? Like it's just like it's not being like cynical or tongue-in-cheek about it. It's just like, yeah, let's just do a serious, genuine story for kids, and I think that's a lot of the reason I like tokusatsu or pre-Kier or that kind of stuff. And it's like yeah, this has got that too. It's just like. Yeah, it's just cool. It's just neat. Is this the end of the fucking game? Part of me is like, oh, I guess the game. No, there's definitely there's too many questions. What's Like, what was the deal with that heaven paper or folder that had said the word heaven upside down that they couldn't read because it was Leon all over again? Okay, there it is. It's not over yet. Okay.
もしかして壁の中とか床の下とかその辺のどこか
Maybe
に
it's invisible. You ever think about that, huh?
それはありえない。マイクの中枢部分はスーパーコンピューターを連ねて作られた巨大な構造体なんだよ。そしてそれはこの部屋の中央にしっかりと設置されてたはずで。
だけどねえじゃねえか。
うん影も形も見やす
そんな
ちょっと待ってよポチ。
おいピエロピ、一体どういうことだ。
君たちは騙されたんだよ。騙されそうマイクはここにはいないここにはいないここにはいないだけどマイクは覚醒した君たちの
Oh yeah, I guess there's still the green-haired guy whose name I forget, the cultist leader. He hasn't shown up in a minute, so.
それがこのちょっと相手をしてやったってわけ
じゃあマイクの本当の居場所は。
もっとピエロよろし完全にバグっちゃってる。でも本当はでも僕自身もマイクなんだよ。マイクの一部で言った方がいいかな。
はあ、何をわけのわからんことを。
マイクの中には3つの人格があってね。そのうちの1つが僕なん。
Okay.
3つの人格。
マイクと呼ばれているのはメインの主人公に僕ともう一人はサブ
Oh, I guess, is that the green guy?
だけどあんたはマイクに改造されたんでしょ。その改造の時に僕の人格はこの体ピエロピの中で移植された。
なんだかよくわかんねえけど。まあいい。で、マイクの主人格とやらはどこにいんだよ。
ピエロピボピってね。よろしく。
てめえ。
羊飼いになる決意は固まったそうじゃない。君たちには会ってくれないと思うよ。
冗談じゃないわ。私たちは羊飼いなんて絶対にならない。ええ、そうですよ。
そっか。でもマイクはこう言ってたよ。君たちが羊飼いにならないのな。バニラを殺す。
Okay. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Because I hadn't thought forward ahead, but it definitely makes sense. Because like, okay, wait. Maybe let's hear her out, and then I'll cook. I need the ingredients first. She's glowing. Around her feet. What's going on? No!
ピエロピ、お前バニラに何を。
僕じゃないよ。マイクがしちゃったこった。
マイクが一体何をしたって言うんだ。
説明のネーム前に1994年。
Excuse me, PLP, it's 1984. Get it correct?
その年の8月 に何が起こったのか君たちはもちろん覚えてるね。
バニラがトラックにひかれて。
その直前にバニラは覚醒したん。彼女ブローのは幽体離脱だ。その力が発現したってことだよ。
幽体離脱がバニラ
Okay, I was yeah, okay, yeah.
ということは
I feel like I might have had that thought earlier where it's like, oh, maybe she already awakened her. I didn't connect it to the truck if I did, even if I didn't think that this was her power.
幽霊ではなく
生きた肉体を離れた存在、幽体だったってこと？
そういうことにな。
じゃあバニラの肉体はどこに？
だからいいか。実にあったバニラは重傷を負っていた。それであのシリンダーの中で治療を受けることになったんだ。その治療は無事に成功。今では青い傷跡一つ乗ってない。
ほら、どうしてまだあん中におんねん。
研究のためだよ。
そうか。マイクが言ってた被験体って。
この被験体は高感情喪失属性を持った。
Oh, right, I did assume they were talking about Vanilla there.
私は彼女の脳や体を徹底的に調べ上げ、特性。でもマイクにはまだ調べたいことが残ってるみたいでね。その研究を継続するためにバニラの肉体を復活し続けることにしたんだ。そういうでもう一度言うよ。君たちが羊飼いにならないのだ。マイクはバニラを殺すつもり。
Mike wants to preserve humanity, but he's gonna throw this one into the fucking trash if you don't agree with him.
酸素の供給をだってね。バニラに送られている酸素の脳がすでに下げられている。彼女の姿が消えちゃったただ、そのこれまで彼女が幽体離脱できたりっていたのは彼女の特殊な能力が備わっていたからだけど今彼女の脳細胞は活動を停止し活動つつあるからつまりバニラは死にかけてるってことをすぐに死んじゃうってわけじゃないけど
I can't believe I've already been streaming for 2 hours. It does not feel like it at all.
の野郎。バニラは一体どこにいるんだ。答えろ。
僕はピロピよろしくね。
こいつ。
兄貴、そんなことをしても。
うるせえ。
アルファベット
Oh, heaven? Is it the... I keep thinking about that folder that said heaven, as they didn't recognize that it said heaven. I guess it's more believable that, like, children didn't read upside down English than... that's a little warped compared to, like, high schoolers. Though, again, I assume... that even to the target audience, it was pretty clear that the name was on the wall. But I did wonder where it's like, oh, because it's not English, or because maybe they're not... Like... I just wonder how the Japanese audience reacted to the Leon Trial 1 thing. Because like, as an English speaker, like, yeah, it's obviously in English, right? Upside down. And back, you know, but,
君たちの元を離れてった後、彼女はもうすぐに迫り来る一台の子を目撃した。トラックにはブレーキをかける兆しはなく、むしろぐんと速度を上げているようにだ。そのままっすぐ突き進むさ。
Oh,
みんなのところへみんなの込んでいくのは明らか。そこで彼女はトラックの前へと飛び出している。
See, I guess what I was thinking about is that, like, you know, in line with Death Come True, I feel like, and just a lot of other stories that I happen to enjoy, like, you know, coming to terms with death and loss, right? Like, I feel like to them, Vanilla's dead, right? And even though she's technically, like, I guess that's the difference between, like, the abstract and the real, like, you know, because, like, her being basically on life support is, like, well, that's a real thing that people do, so it's a little different than if, like, you know, like, say, Igneel in Fairy Tail, because with Fairy Tail's an example of a story where it's, like, overcoming, like, Natsu's chasing Igneel the whole story, but then it's like, no, he's always been dead, and, like, what we see is literally just his last vestige, right? So, you know, Fairy Tail has that aspect too, but I guess, I don't know. I guess I'm wondering how, if that's what they're gonna do, because, like, maybe they will go the happy ending, and Vanilla's safe and fine, and she's back, and she wasn't dead, but, you know, I don't know, I wonder. Because obviously, you know, in this case, Mike he parades about as a god, right? So it's like, you know, it's literally like, accept God's will and become his shepherd. It's like, oh my god, the fucking Christian symbolism. I didn't even think about, like, wait, hold on, Jesus is the shepherd to the flock, right? Like, wait, that's literally Christian symbolism. You know, so it's like they can only get Vanilla back if they accept God's will and become his servants, his shepherds. But, like, obviously that's kind of not good. So, but then, like, you know, are they gonna find another way to save Vanilla, or is she just gone? And, you know, because it's like, I don't know. Are we gonna have a camp in the? Okay, no, it's a story. I can do a little bit more. I feel like we gotta be almost, no, I guess we don't know where Mike is, so yeah. But we'll probably finish it next time, it looks like. But I'll play a little bit more. What? Oh, okay, interesting visual. Oh, do we have to? I wonder if no, there was no axe, so there's probably not gonna be a minigame or anything. Or because I just thought about all the clues. It's like, do I put together all the clues like a climax reasoning? Or is Poach just gonna figure it all out with all the clues himself, which is fine. Oh right, you keep pretending to be the fucking robot. She's so good. Oh, he didn't have a name. That's why I couldn't remember his name. He's just the master. Yeah, he's having it in the morphogenetic fields. I think that's what it was called. I haven't played Zero Escape in a while. I might be mixing it up with fucking that was that Chaos had something else for its delusions, Direct C, stuff like that. I forget. God, it's been a while since I played those games. Is Yuki the other worlder? I'm just trying to fit you, like, Yuki is, like, I'm imagining every hole as a Yuki-filled slot and trying to put Yuki into it, whether it works or not, like, because I remember that's actually how I figured out the twist of, okay, thank you, more Vegetic feel. I remember, yay. It's been so long since I played those games, like, oh, actually, yeah, close to 10 years, if not over 10 years, except for Zero Time Dilemma, I forget when that, no, I think that came out in 2013, so yeah, actually, yeah, I would have, it's been over a decade. But like, no, because hold on. Oh, Frozen. That's right. Because I remember there's the main villain of the movie. I remember just like I figured out the twist because it was like, well, what are they gonna do with this character? The movie's not over yet, and it's like, oh yeah, he's probably the villain. I just imagined the hole, and there was only one piece that fit into the hole. Wait. Oh, X. Oh, I forget what the I forgot the X type. Oh. Okay, cool. It just told me. Okay, I didn't remember that. I didn't remember X type. I remember the X part, but the. What? It's Dora the Explorer!
僕らが今どんな状況に置かれているのか君はすでに知ってるはず
He's talking to me! Not you guys. Just me.
僕らを助けて僕らを救うことができるのは異界人である君だけなんだよ
What am I supposed to do? I'm only controlling your bodies like puppets. Fuck you. No, I'm not gonna help. But it would have been really funny if I said no. Fine, I'll help.
時間がないから端的に聞くけど、バニラは一体どこにいるの
I don't fucking know.
なんでそんな当たり前のこと
Why am I so sassy? Or maybe the observer, this character's another. Oh yeah, he's leading him to the heaven clue, I assume. Maybe I thought heaven, and I was like, 6 letters. I don't know why I remember that specific clue so well. I couldn't remember X type, but I remember that.
のアルファベットで示されるどこかの施設にいるってことじゃあその6文字のアルファベットっていうのは
そこで担任の教師がこう言ったんだ。バニラは天国に行った。
それなら僕も聞いてたよ。確かに担任の先生は
Wait, did the teacher fucking what the fuck?
いや、そんなはずはないよ。だってバニラは生きてるわけだ。あの言葉は文字通りの意味だったっていうの。
I don't know, I guess like the idea of like all the adults having lost their emotions and kind of being in on it with Mike, it's like they're against the whole world, basically. He doesn't even know how to spell it, that's cute, because it's English, that's cute. I guess that's a little rougher to translate to English because it's like that's a very understandable mistake to make. Like, because I'm reading it, I see like verbally or through audio, right? But especially just thinking about Japanese like syllabary, like I can imagine like yeah, katakana he ve right? So it's like where would you get the A? It's fucking English, right? So but but obviously it's in playing it in English, like I literally just read heaven multiple times, like, and they can't misspell heaven throughout the game just to yeah, so don't know how they could have done that. Differently rather. Coward.
もちろん救いたいさ。
Well, just fucking do it, idiot.
ただね、やっぱりダメだったよ。パスナンバーを入力しないとアクセスできないようになってるんだ。
そこに書いてあるのは数字だ。神の扉を開くための数字。
もしかして XXY それがパスナンバーだと。
I don't even remember that clue.
この星に生きるすべての存在を救済する神だ。
だけどそれだけじゃわからないよ。ここに入力できるのはアルファベットじゃなくて数字なんだ。どうやって？
Oh, okay, so what's Y? Because okay, maybe, well, because in Roman numerals, like X is 10, but Y is Y?
X かける Y ってこと。
Oh, it's algebra, right? Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, my guess is, Okay, well, alright, let me think. Okay, it feels very open, like, it's probably really obvious, but it feels very open-ended to me, because it's like, well, because I was thinking, like, Roman numeral X, okay, but what's the Roman numeral for Y? I don't know, so that means, okay, what does X and Y mean? Okay, maybe it's, wait, 4 times 7. Well, because another thought I had is because I noticed the way that Y was drawn. Oh, wait, X equals 12. Why? Huh? No, okay. I don't know, I just thought, if I hit it again, it's gonna, wait, what? Oh, year, okay. Year is 1996, okay. So 12 times 1996, okay. Math is hard. Okay, so 199. Okay, so 1996. Okay. This I could do this. In my head, because I'm smart. Now I'm pulling out pen and paper. I'm not gonna use the calculator. I ain't that far gone. Okay. So. Uh, 18, 19. Okay. So that's gonna be plus 19960 2993 215. Wait. I'm stupid. Fuck, I fucked it up. Ah! I can do this. I didn't forget basic arithmetic. I know what I'm doing. I swear. Okay. I think I figured it out. No. Haha, yes.
やったアクセスに成功したよ。
There's no way I would have fucking remembered that.
この画像はどうかな。地図
Do we have to go to Hokkaido now? Never.
僕も思い出したよ。確か教祖が持ってた紙切れにも同じ文字列か。
Wait, I was kidding. We're actually wait.
バツ印がその地点を表してるってこと？どこの地図だ？
Wait, in fact, no, it's the other way. I don't know Japan's. Oh, so the Weeb Club, Nun's not really able to record right now, so we just kind of, and we haven't talked about it in a while, because I assume he's just not able to record, is the problem. So we just it's basically on hiatus, indefinite hiatus until he's able to record again, so yeah.
バニラはバツ印の地点。
The Weeb Club, exactly, Titania.
鹿児島にいるんだ。
The journey just ends where it began. Okay. Do we do a little more? Sure. Let's go. Let's do a little bit more. Oh, I thought that was X on the map. But it says the Panopticon.
更新できる能力を持ったもの X タイプか。
でもうちはいつから X
Oh, they didn't even notice? Because that was the first thing I was like, oh my god, he's got the X on his forehead.
修学旅行の直前だよ。
You could still be an X type, but she's not like, well, because it's like, it was Mike. But then, like, what if the other world was supposed to be?
バスに乗って鎌倉へと向かう線。
Or no, is the X type different from? Oh, okay, I assumed that because, you know, they mentioned it was like an alien here to observe, but it's like, okay, so it's like connected to Mike, and it's like, oh no, the X type is a different thing. Like, Mike doesn't want for Pochi to have disability.
それから一気に思考の波みたいなものが押し寄せてきて、それで僕は瞬間的にその異界人の考えてることを。
So okay, I get this is something that I don't think you could do if they adapted it into a TV show, like I've been suggesting, like a Saturday morning anime. Because like, you know, you have like I figured out the puzzles for the character. It's kind of reminiscent of the end of 999, come to think of it, where it's like obviously it's not you literally, like in this case where it's the other worlder. It's you're controlling a character, but you're helping another character through the you have to flip the DS, and it's really cool. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's just again, I can't separate this game from Danganronpa and Zero Escape and, you know, generally Kodaka and Uchikoshi. So
僕はその人の指示通りにレイチョを動かしてただけで。
I was controlling Rachel the whole time.
ここにいるみんなの体もレイチョが壊れてからは僕自身の手足もその異界人に操作してもらってたんだ。って言ってもずっとじゃなくて時々ね。
ちょっと待って。私たちの体も。
I'm just imagining playing this as like a younger kid and just being my mind, having my. I imagine it has the similar effect to like I haven't played Earthbound Mother 2 yet, but I know how the ending of that game works, where how the prayer option factors into the final boss, and it's like that must have been so cool as a kid, or just like having that level of interactivity with the game, where it's just like I'm part of the game, right? Because you are like in general, I think. I guess I was thinking about it because CJ the X framed it this way in one of their videos, but it's like art happens when people interact with it, right? Because they were talking about I think was it the subjectivity art video, but they were because there was a photographer who took a lot of pictures of the city that she lived in, and after some guy just found a bunch of her undeveloped photographs and developed them and found them really interesting, and you know, it's like they hadn't, no one had seen, not even she had seen these pictures before, except for through, you know, her camera, right? So it's like it only became art when it was shared with other people, I guess. Like it's, you know, was part of their take, and I thought that was an interesting way to think about it. But like the fact that games are interactive, like what, you know, the fact that we like playing games is what makes them art, I guess. And so having that level of interactivity where it's like I'm figuring out these puzzles for the characters, I'm helping them through all these trials and tribulations, and the fact that I've been controlling them the whole time, it's like, yeah, video games. Art is cool. I love, this is why I don't like, I'm never wasting time going through art, right? Even if like I didn't particularly enjoy Ghost in Shell Standalone Complex 2045, but like it's still art. Like I still like watched it. I could, yeah, there was, you know, I could talk about it to a degree. But obviously it's like, you know, as far as Ghost in Shell goes, it's like, well, I could watch also, you know, point at like you don't need to watch it. It's not that good. I wasn't really invested in most of what was going on. It was what it was. It is whatever. It's whatever. It's all CG. I don't love how it looks, frankly. But Bravely Default. Okay, I've heard about Bravely Default. So I know JRPGs are hard for me right now because it's like I'm already playing Shin Megami Tensei and but Dragon Quest. I start Danganronpa, same game. And Pokemon. Kind of. I'm not actively playing Pokemon. But I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I even asked him, it's like, hey, we've been friends for a while. If there was like one thing that I went through that you really wanted me to go through, what would it be? And he said, well, you already played Dot Hack GU, so I really want you to play Kingdom Hearts. And then I'm like, well, in my completionism, it's like, I'm already watching the Disney movies. But I did think that like if I pick up a new franchise that's not something I've started already, because that's my thing with a lot of the franchises I'm playing is I started them several years ago. In a lot of cases, like when I started my favorite video game replay, I was like, I'm gonna play Star Fox and Metroid because I love Star Fox 64 and Metroid Prime, and I'm almost done with Star Fox and I'm not really done with Metroid, right? So it's like there's a level of I should finish these franchises that I'm not gonna. Well, Zelda though, I decided that Danganronpa. You're right. Like she's literally literally when Junko reveals herself, she literally does the Dragon Quest like I'll give you half the world, I think. So yeah. And actually I was even just like, yeah, because the way Dragon Quest is just such a big part of just Japanese, especially fantasy stuff, but just like even fucking My Hero Academia is like the fact that the main antagonist, he's a demon, he's a dark lord, a demon lord, right? Like a Mao rather. So it's like, yeah, it's Dragon Quest is everywhere. Like once you see it, you'll never stop seeing it. But basically, I kind of like I'm thinking that like next time I pick up a franchise that I haven't started already, I might be Final Fantasy just because like I don't know, I have multiple friends, other friends who also like Kingdom Hearts, and it's like yeah sure I'll watch all the Disney movies and I'll play all the Final Fantasies and I'll play Kingdom Hearts and it'll be neat. Oh, the fucking door. Maybe it's a different door that I'm thinking of. And this is why it's about the journey matters more than the destination, because it's like, well, why didn't the game just end in that place? It's like, well, no, the characters have to go through their journey and growth and understanding, and then come back home. It's the hero's journey. It's a big circle. They leave, and returning home is part of the journey. It is funny that like we're just gonna be back in Kagoshima next time. I think that's where we're going. Like it took us so long to get to Tokyo, and it's just like, okay, we're turning around and going home. Not home, but I guess Tokyo was the original home actually, and now they went on a trip, and now they're going back to where they're going on a trip to. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. Oh right, they have the airship, the spaceship now. Okay. It's a circle. It's a hero's journey circle. All right. But yeah, I think that is gonna call it because we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. It was fun. We're definitely almost at the end. I think I'm gonna try and finish it next time, which might screw me over when it turns out that I have like 5 hours left because like the game is longer. But I feel like we're in like the last set of like levels, and like I feel like there isn't that much to reveal. Because it's like I feel like most of the secrets it's really just Yuki, and even then, if I won't be like mad or disappointed if there's like nothing big with Yuki, because again, like just the fact that she's cute and she's like that's fine. But it's all and just the fact that like she's there adds to like as a red herring. I don't. It's just like the idea of her just being just this. There's no way they're not gonna add stuff with her just because she did fall from the sky. And she was like, she like it's weird that they gotta explain that, but also I don't know the power play if they don't though, like, oh yeah, this girl come from the sky and she's just cute and she helped them out and cooks bad, and it's like, yeah, are you gonna explain why? And they're like, no, and I'm like, okay, all right, fine, I guess, sure, all right, so yeah, thanks everybody as always for hanging out. I think we're gonna finish the game next time, and it'll be cool. So yeah, glad you can make it, and I will hopefully see you next time.